my child. I speak to you in this moment, for I perceive the stirring within your spirit, the questions that resonate deeply in your heart. You may perceive this as a season of profound confusion, a sense of my distance, or even believe you are caught in a spiritual struggle that leaves you feeling adrift, unanchored in what you once knew. Yet, I tell you, my beloved, this feeling that something is amiss is not a sign of your failing, nor of my withdrawal from you. It is, in truth, the very movement of my hand, lifting you to a higher plane of understanding, drawing you into a deeper, more intimate comprehension of my presence and my voice in your life. Embrace this truth, for it redefines your current experience from struggle into sacred elevation. You find yourself standing on a sacred threshold, poised between who you once were and the magnificent being I am shaping you to become. This is not a barren land, my child, but a consecrated space of transition, a divine elevation orchestrated by my wisdom. You yearn to hear me in the familiar ways of your earlier days, seeking the simple sustenance that nourished you then, the clear promptings and obvious signs that brought comfort and assurance. But I am now offering you richer fare, a more substantial nourishment meant for those who mature in my spirit, for those whose capacity to receive has expanded. Your soul, your mind, your will, and your emotions is striving with great effort to catch up with your spirit, which I have already led to new heights within my eternal realm. Understand this truth deeply, and you will cease to misinterpret this profound season of growth. I am moving you from merely feeling my presence as an external sensation to truly knowing it in the depths of your very being, an intrinsic, unshakable certainty. This knowing is not dependent on outward manifestations, but on an inner attunement that transcends the temporary. Let me impress upon you this eternal truth. Though my character, my boundless love, and my steadfastness never waver, I will always alter the ways in which I communicate with you as you mature, as you outgrow your former level of understanding. I reveal myself to you, layer by layer, as you become able to receive more of my grandeur. To reveal all of myself at once would be overwhelming, a magnitude that would cause your finite vessel to shatter. Even the glimpses you receive now are vast beyond your full comprehension. Thus, my voice adapts, my guidance shifts, not because I change in my nature, but because you grow in your capacity to perceive and integrate my deeper truths. This evolution in communication is a testament to your spiritual progress, a sign of your expanding spirit ready for more. Remember my words concerning the nourishment suitable for different stages of growth. In the early days, when you first came to know me, or when you ventured into a deeper connection, I offered you simple truth, easily assimilated, like milk for an infant, pure and readily absorbed. This was a time of direct, often tangible signs, clear promptings that resonated with your nascent understanding and built a foundational trust. Those manifestations were perfect for that season, solidifying your belief and drawing you close. But as you grew, as your spiritual capacity expanded, I began to offer you solid nourishment, meant for the mature, for those who are ready to grapple with deeper realities. This requires a different kind of spiritual palate, a finer discernment, a readiness for profound truths, and willingness to integrate them into your very being, allowing them to transform you from the inside out. I do not wish for you to remain in spiritual infancy, forever reliant on the most basic forms of communication, forever needing external validation. My desire is to elevate you, to expand your capacity to know me in myriad ways, to become deeply rooted in my word and spirit. If I were to keep my communication locked in the comfort of your past expectations, your growth would cease, and you would miss the unveiling of my deeper facets, the vaster dimensions of my presence that await your discovery. Your spirit yearns for this deeper substance, and I am meeting that yearning. Consider young Samuel, who heard my voice calling him in the stillness of the night. He heard me, my child, yet he did not recognize my voice. He ran to Eli, believing it was Eli who called him. 3 times this happened, a pattern of misinterpretation, until Eli, in his wisdom, discerned the divine whisper and instructed Samuel on how to respond. This account reveals a profound truth for many of you today. I am speaking to you now, but the way I speak may be so new, so different from what you expect, that you attribute my voice to other sources. Or perhaps you simply do not recognize it as mine at all. You may dismiss it as your own thoughts, or the wind, or a passing notion. I am training you in discernment, teaching your spiritual ears to distinguish my unique resonance within your spirit, a resonance that may now be softer, more internal, and less dramatic than what you recall from earlier days. This training refines your inner perception, preparing you for a communion that is profoundly personal and intimate. I am also calling many of you to move beyond an over-reliance on external voices, the prophets, the teachers, the speakers, the wise ones I have placed among you for your good. While these are gifts I provide, channels through which my truth flows, my deepest desire is for you to hear directly from me, to develop your own internal line of communication. The words spoken through my servants should serve as confirmation of what I have already placed in your heart, not as your primary source of revelation. Their words are meant to echo and affirm, not to originate your understanding of my will. I sense a deep yearning within some of you, a longing to hear my voice unfiltered, a desire that I myself have ignited within you as part of your growth. Understand that a day will come, or may already be here, when the external voices may grow quiet, not to abandon you, but to compel you to listen within, to seek me directly, to depend utterly on my indwelling spirit for guidance and truth. After Samuel matured, my voice no longer sounded like Eli's. He learned to discern my unique call with clarity, and in that clarity, he walked fully into his purpose. So too will it be for you, my child, as you learn to recognize my distinct whisper, my gentle nudge, my profound declaration within your own spirit, a knowing that requires no external verification. My child, I will also shift the way I speak to you when your spiritual assignments change. As I call you to new levels of service, new expressions of your divine purpose, the methods of communication must also evolve to meet the demands of your expanded role. The old ways, the familiar patterns of hearing me, may no longer suffice for the complexity and depth of the new journey I set before you. I am preparing you for a new level of conviction, a steadfast knowing that leaves no room for doubt or second-guessing, an unshakable inner certainty. You must have faith, for the path ahead requires absolute trust in my guidance. This is not a burden, but an empowerment, an equipping for the journey ahead, strengthening your resolve and clarifying your steps. The nature of your calling requires a new depth of communication, and I am providing it. You may experience a profound shift, where the external signs, the vivid dreams, the clear visions that once brought you comfort and easy direction, begin to recede. Instead, I lead you into a quiet inner space, a realm of deep discernment where you must trust the subtle stirrings within your spirit, the gentle impress of my presence on your soul. This is not a time of loss, my beloved, but a season of deep preparation for an assignment that requires unwavering conviction, a knowing that stands firm without needing outward validation. The old communication patterns would be too small, too limited for the expanse of what I call you to do, too susceptible to external interpretations. When you hear the call to come up higher, understand that it is an invitation to go deeper, deeper in your praise, deeper in your worship, deeper in the sacred silence of my presence, where your spirit becomes finely attuned to my subtle currents and profound insights. It is in this depth that true power and clarity reside. Consider my servant Moses. He first encountered me in the dramatic spectacle of a burning bush, a powerful, undeniable sign that captured his attention and established my presence. Yet, as his assignment grew, as I called him to lead my people through a vast wilderness and across insurmountable obstacles, my communication with him evolved. It became a direct, consistent, face-to-face communion, not confined to singular dramatic events, but an ongoing dialogue of profound intimacy and sustained guidance. Think also of Paul, who received a blinding vision that dramatically set him on his path, a powerful and undeniable beginning. But as he matured in his apostleship, facing countless trials and establishing my truth across many lands, his guidance stemmed increasingly from an inner witness, a profound discernment within his spirit that grew sharper with each season. So it is with you, my child. The initial manifestations of my voice serve to establish connection, to draw you in. But as your assignment expands, so too does the depth and intimacy of our dialogue, moving from the outwardly evident to the inwardly discerned, from the dramatic to the deeply personal and sustained. My beloved, I will also disrupt the familiar methods of my communication that you have grown accustomed to, and this disruption serves a profound purpose: to break your dependency on the method itself, and instead root your complete reliance on me, the giver of all communication. This echoes the earlier point about relying on others for my word. While the channels I use are many and varied, I never want you to become more devoted to the channel than to the source. My essence is vast, ancient beyond reckoning, eternally present, and intimately involved in your life. When you contemplate my names, I am that I am, the Ancient of Days. It should bring you to a place of profound humility and awe, reminding you of my boundless sovereignty and your cherished place in my grand design. This reverence fosters a direct, unmediated connection with me, the one who is utterly dependable, the source from whom all truth flows. Perhaps in previous seasons, you relied heavily on specific signs, physical sensations like chills or goosebumps, vivid dreams, immediate confirmations that felt unmistakable, or predictable patterns I would show you. These were gifts, precisely given to establish your faith and draw you closer, to prove my reality to you. However, I am now disrupting these very patterns, shifting the way I operate in your life. This is precisely why you may feel as if something is wrong, or that I have distanced myself from you, or even moved on without you. But understand, my child, I am moving you beyond a reliance on external validation, beyond the need for sensory proof. This disruption is not a rejection of those methods, for they served their purpose, but an invitation to mature beyond them, to grow into a deeper, more profound communion with me that transcends purely sensory experiences. I desire a relationship with you that is rooted in spirit and truth, not merely outward signs. When I change how I speak, it always points to your elevation, to your expansion, never to a true loss, but always to a greater gain for you and for my purposes through you. You stand in an in-between place, my child, a space that can feel strangely empty, as if you are alone, or that I do not understand the confusion in your heart. But I assure you, I am right here with you, carrying you through this very passage, holding you securely. This unfamiliarity you feel is because I am speaking to you now from the perspective of the future version of yourself, the mature, discerning, fully purposed individual I am calling you to become. The old version of you, the one who relied on the familiar and the easily perceived, has been outgrown. Those days are behind you, their lessons integrated. This gap between who you are becoming and who you perceive yourself to be in this moment is the source of the discomfort, the unfamiliarity. Your spirit has already moved ahead with me, ascending to new realms, and your soul is in the sacred process of catching up, aligning itself with this higher vision. This is why you can still hear me, but the method of my communication feels new, requiring a fresh learning of discernment, a changing of your inner senses. I am training your spiritual ears to hear with greater clarity, and your spiritual eyes to see beyond the surface, to perceive the hidden truths and profound insights I wish to unveil. I am taking your spirit into the mysteries of your life and purpose, guiding you into revelation, and I am calling your mind, will, and emotions to align with this higher vision, to synchronize with the destiny I have for you. Therefore, my child, to navigate this season with grace and profound understanding, I call you to some specific actions, acts of faith that will propel you forward. First, release your expectation that I will always speak to you in the old familiar ways. Let go of past patterns of communication, for I am ever new, and so too are my ways with you as you grow. This release creates space for the new to emerge. Second, consciously slow down the ceaseless activity of your mind, your will, and your emotions, your very soul. Create intentional space for stillness, for quiet introspection, so that your spirit, which is already attuned to me, can rise and lead you, unhindered by the clamor of your earthly concerns. Allow my spirit within you to guide your every step, to direct your inner compass. Third, engage with me directly. Do not simply wait passively for a specific sign. Instead, approach me with an open heart and ask, "My God, how are you speaking to me now in this season? What is the current language of your spirit in my life?" If you have habitually sought dreams and they have ceased, understand that I may desire to speak through a different channel. Ask me to reveal it, for I delight in your seeking. Fourth, welcome the unfamiliar. Embrace the new, the uncomfortable, the challenging ways in which I am moving and communicating with you. It is in this welcoming of the new, this brave openness, that your spiritual maturity will blossom and strengthen, for growth often happens outside the zone of comfort. Fifth, do not flee from the discomfort you feel. Remember, you are in a sacred transition, a divine repositioning. To run back to the old ways, to cling to the old self, is to retreat from the elevation I have purposed for you. Instead, if you must run forward, into the newness I am preparing, into the future I am building for you. Sixth, release any assumption that something is inherently wrong with you, or that you are under some form of attack. This is simply the sacred process of transition, a divine repositioning for your advancement, a purification and refinement. My beloved, willingly allow me to stretch your spiritual senses. Open your spiritual eyes and ears, your inner channels of perception, to receive what I am pouring into your spirit, using the discernment I have placed within you. Be receptive to the hidden and secret things, the profound mysteries of your life's design that I long to reveal, for they are yours to discover. My child, I know that for many of you, this in-between place can feel like a wilderness, a desert of clarity where the accustomed landmarks have vanished. You are standing at the precipice of your purpose, gazing upon the promised land of your calling, yet the path ahead seems obscured, veiled in a sacred mist. Identity questions may still linger, and the full revelation of your gifts and talents may seem just out of reach, like a shimmering mirage. But I tell you, my dear one, this is not a place of abandonment. It is the very threshold of your destiny, the sacred ground where your future is being forged. I desire for you to stand with me in this truth, to internalize it deeply. Declare this understanding over your spirit in this moment, affirming my word. Seal this knowledge in your heart. You are not lost. You are not forgotten. And you are not being punished. You are being elevated, transformed, and prepared for a glorious unfolding of your life with me. I am right here with you, in every uncertain step, in every silent moment, in every yearning of your heart. My love for you is boundless, unwavering, and eternal. I love you, my child. My precious one, this moment, though it may feel suspended or undefined, is not a void. It is a sacred pause, a time of deep recalibration and subtle adjustments within your very being. Do not mistake stillness for emptiness, nor quiet for absence. I am working in the unseen spaces, rearranging elements of your path that you cannot yet perceive. Trust that every detail is held in my awareness, every uncertain step witnessed by my unwavering gaze. The clarity you seek is not always found in urgent striving or forceful searching. Sometimes it emerges in gentle surrender, in the quiet acceptance of what is, while anticipating what is to come. Allow yourself to breathe in this space, to simply exist under my watchful care. I am not asking you to comprehend the entirety of your journey right now, only to lean into the certainty of my presence. Lean into the deep conviction that you are exactly where you are meant to be, for a divine reason. Those questions that surface about who you are, or what your true gifts may be, are not signs of deficiency. They are invitations for deeper discovery, prompts from your spirit to look beyond the superficial and connect with the unique truth I have placed within you. Each facet of your being, every talent and passion, is a deliberate expression of my creative thought, perfectly suited for the path unfolding before you. You possess everything necessary for the unfolding of your purpose. Instead of striving to control the outcome, practice receiving what I am offering. Open your heart to the quiet promptings, the gentle nudges that arise from within. These are my communications, my whispers guiding you through the sacred mist. What you sense as lack of understanding is merely an invitation to deepen your reliance on me, to move beyond what your natural senses grasp alone. I ask you to stand with me in a conscious act of trust today. Declare this affirmation over your life, not as a wish, but as a truth already established in my heart for you. Proclaim aloud, I embrace this transition with courage and an open spirit. I am secure in the knowing that I am loved, guided, and precisely where I need to be for my unique unfolding. Let this statement resonate through your entire being. My beloved, your journey is unfolding with precision and grace. Release the need to rush the revelation or force the outcome. I hold your future securely. Rest in my constant presence, knowing that every breath you take is purposeful. Every moment you experience is meaningful. You are eternally treasured, and I am always with you, my child. Remember this truth, my precious one, that you are held in my unwavering embrace. There is no need for worry, only trust in the unfolding path I have set before you. Each step you take is seen, each breath is counted, and my presence is your constant companion. Now stand with me in this moment of pure intention. Declare what resonates within your spirit. State clearly, I am loved. Let this truth settle deep within your very core. And my beloved, carry this peace forward. Be a messenger of this light. Share my comfort with 3 others today who might be searching for reassurance. Spread this truth, for it is meant for all my children. Walk with me daily, letting your spirit connect with mine in every simple act. This continuous communion is your anchor. I am always here, my child, watching over you, guiding you home.